I say poi poi to you. So here we are in Tahiti. And you know what? There's a bit of a communication breakdown. We're so far away. We're 8 hours from LA and we're 5 hours from Auckland. We're in the middle of nowhere. So, I mean, it's really scary, really, when you think how far away we are. But so good morning to you guys. There you go. We have a really nice bag on the wall here behind that we got from the mall yesterday for our groceries. But that's a nice bit of art, don't you think?
Yeah, I thought that was a picture behind you. I didn't realise it was a bag.
That's why they put the nice picture on a bag, so people would buy it.
Yeah.
and the checkout lady looked just like it. I said to her, "Is that you?" And she just kind of smiled at me.
It was flirty.
Show us what you got. What do you got, matey?
Right, I'll show you now. I'll have to go down here and get it for you.
Oh, right. Go on then. Ooh. Delving deep into his bag of tricks here.
Right. I'm not sure. I know what it is, or roughly what it is.
Oh.
I the pointy end at me.
Sword.
Yeah, I think.
Oh.
I think though.
Templar.
Yeah, I wish. I don't know how old it is or anything about it.
It looks like a bayonet.
Yeah, I think it is some sort of bayonet because if you look, if I just get that way, you can see it's got this in it.
Right.
And there's a clip as well.
Yeah, clips on the end of your rifle.
Yeah, it seemed a bit long to me for a bayonet. I don't know what.
Well, that's
I don't know what length bayonet.
Close to the people.
Yeah, but it's to me, it's more like a sword than a bayonet.
Definitely a bayonet. It's a bayonet.
Yeah, I can tell it. I can tell it's a bayonet with the hole in the end of it. Yeah. We'll just get that there, so you can see the hole.
Yeah, and it's got the blood grooves down the side. See that?
Yeah, this bit here. Now there is markings on it and things on it, which I'm sure Nicky will be able to date things from it.
What's it say?
It's got a crown on it and BR66 and 94. Then there's something on the spine of it. And there's something else written on this side as well, which I think is a maker's mark.
Ah.
But yeah, I thought it was an interesting item. Like I say, I don't know that much about it. If I get a bit closer up, you can see the grip on it.
All right. That looks like shark skin.
Yeah.
So I think we need to sort of identify what age it is. And all the other, I don't think you can see there's some marks here. I can get it in the light, right? There's some markings here on it.
Oh, okay, yeah. You have to give us a close up on that then.
Yeah, I'll do that when we do the research. I'll get some photographs.
As I said, Mr. Mannering, they wouldn't like it up with Mr. Mannering.
No. Talking of which, do you remember the Carry On film? Carry On Up the Khyber?
Yeah, up the Khyber.
That was filmed not far from here.
Really?
Did you want to show me? Because that's different. So this is the scabbard that it's in.
Right. Leather scabbard.
So you got this white leather piece here.
Right.
With a metal insert.
Hey, okay.
I did notice the ends missing off it though.
Yeah.
But I don't know any.
To it.
Yeah, I thought that maybe a metal thing. You can see where it's been. You can see on there where the metal bit's been or whatever it has been.
But yeah, very collectible militaria, mate.
Oh, I just noticed as well on here. There's something on the scabbard on the end. There's some looks like numbers on there as well.
Ah.
So I wonder where it was used that would need it to be that long because most of
Yeah.
the bayonets we've sold are maybe, I'm going to say 12, 15, 18 inches.
Well, that's newer ones. I mean, the older ones were this long.
And it's because they were in the bush and they needed to.
No, they were on the field, so you wouldn't have to get so close to the person in front of you, so you would have a better advantage to get them quicker because it's longer. They don't have to be right
See,
next to you.
I wondered whether maybe this was something that may have been used on horseback, you know, where you could use it as a sword as well, but I don't know.
No.
No?
I mean, I'm just guessing at that, but I really don't know anything about it. I don't know the age of it, or
Venus on horseback, they'd have a sword.
it'd be nice to know, like Sally said, what campaign it was used in, and you know what period it is. So
Yeah,
that'll be interesting when we do the research.
It could even be a foreign one. You know, it could be French, it could be American, it could be English, it could be
Yeah,
variety
yeah,
of different countries. So that's the number one thing you're going to find out, I'm sure, from those numbers, etc.
yeah, yeah. And so these sort of things, to me, the research is what I find the interesting part. You know, I can look at the item and go, yeah, that's interesting. But when you find out the history of it, to me, that's the bit that sort of sparks my interest.
Where'd you find it then?
In the closet.
I'll tell you about that later. When you show me your item, I'll tell you the story about it.
Oh, okay. A story. Okay, so you want to see what I got then?
Yeah, go on. Let's see what you've got.
I got no idea what it is, to be honest with you. See, like that?
A mouse trap.
Would be if you threw it at it.
Me?
It reminds me of an egg scale.
Let's see. Now,
What's that?
Yeah.
this on the side, this thing here, that it actually has a locator because you can pull this.
Oh.
And then it has a little rivet on the side of there that clicks into that. Okay. Now.
And is it measuring something?
Yes, it's some kind of a gauge. Yeah. Now see this swings across, and it's something to do with this bit in the bottom here because there's a little. This goes backwards and forwards in the bottom. See that? Let's see. There.
Right.
Oh,
So
okay.
is it for weighing something?
It could be, but it would hang by that thing on there. Now, it does have all these numbers. See, it's all these numbers on here, and it has some names on there. Now,
what are the numbers? Because it's hard to see.
Well, I don't really know. I don't know much about the thing, so I'm trying to.
Well, the numbers are. I can't even see it here.
Okay.
Things like, can you give us an example of one of the numbers? Like, is it a quarter or is it a whole number?
Yeah. You can see as much as me. So it's
okay.
So it has some names on there. Now, to be honest with you, I think those names are names of locks. I think something to do with locks. And you see that?
As in locks, as in like a padlock, door lock type thing.
Yeah. So I can't read it from here, but eagle and whatever that one says. What does that say?
Turn it around and read it.
No, I'm reading it here, honey. Okay, so it's got more on the other side. Okay. Yeah.
That's weird. The light, I couldn't even see that.
You see that side? Now look. Okay, so there's some kind of a gauge. So this would swing across, and whichever one you're going to be using on this comes down and like I said, clicks in place on the sides, and this will come across. So I don't know what it's measuring or what it's gauging. Now, if you see the numbers on here, this I believe to be handmade. You imagine making this by hand and then actually messing up on your numbers, because I see that's double stamped on there. So he made a mistake and then he had to re-stamp them.
Yeah.
So the poor guy, after doing all that really good work, he messed up on his stamping. So it's
all been hand punched, hasn't it? That hand engraved. All hand engraved, that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's an amazing piece, isn't it? So I think it's super, super rare. And any if it's to do with locks, and any person who collects locks and that kind of items is going to want this big time.
Can I ask a question about the screws? they're rounded.
Yeah, rounded head. That's called
And is that
pan head. It's a pan head.
pan head? And when do pan head screws date?
Don't really know, but there's older one because there's a slot, so it's not a Phillips, so it's a slotted screw. So that would make it older. I believe it is probably 1880s, something like that, I'd say. So what do you think? It's pretty heavy. It's something brass.
But
And being a tool
could
and
it be a
die
coded
as I
lock?
was, it would be to make this and make it all fit together. The guy was pretty clever. You know what I mean?
To me, looking at it, it's
Huh?
crude. So I would say it was earlier than what you said, but I don't know. I don't know what it is. So you know, it is interesting that.
Are you saying that we're crude?
No, I don't think it's
I think
crude. I
it's a
think it's
coded
very
lock.
sophisticated and very instrumental. The guy obviously knew what the hell he was doing. He's got all this gauge on the front here. See, I can read it from here. It says SY, NY, was that New York maybe? Then it says Miller and Crown. So they're all locks. And on the other side, it says SAR, Bic, Eagle, and
Corbin,
Rustwin, and Siegel on the other side. So it's got a gauge on here. So whatever they were doing, I'm not really sure what it's for. So this is what you have to call in and tell us what we have here.
Somebody
I think it's a coded lock.
It could be a coded lock, yes.
But what is it? I don't understand what this could be measuring.
Well, that's something I don't know either. I've got no idea.
Because when you move the lever,
that goes in and out.
That goes up and down.
That probably goes into the mouth of the lock. You know, where the piece, the pad, it'd be a padlock. It'd be for padlocks, just to make that certain, right?
So a padlock is one.
Could it be calibrating?
Yeah, it's calibrated.
Could it calibrated?
Whatever the gauge, whatever the measurement is, I don't know. So somebody that's going to have to tell us. So I got no idea what it is. I mean, I only just got up. I still got my pajamas on. So give me a break here. I don't know what it is. You know, Sally.
Well, there may be someone.
Get changed.
Yeah, there might be someone out there who's seen one of them before and could tell us exactly what it is.
Yeah.
I can't figure out what it's doing for a padlock.
Well, there you go.
I mean, are you making a key a certain width?
Yeah, it might be doing that. It could be. I don't know. So
I can't figure out what it would do. I really can't figure it out. Can I figure it out? No.
Once more. There you go. So you move this across and it moves in and out at the bottom. So that's the item. Okay. What do you reckon?
Yeah.
I want somebody.
Interesting.
We have.
Whew, man.
We don't.
It's pretty heavy too. You
know? I think that's an interesting item, and I'm intrigued to know what it actually is now.
All right, I'll trade you for your bayonet then.
A little swap.
So we do have another item. You want to see another one or not?
Did you get a? That's cool.
What is
Caution.
that? A circumcision tool. Oh, what is that? Is that for the colliery? Like a miner's. Oh, look at that.
So what it would have, they had these in schools and things like that. Should have a band on this small pulley. So I don't know if you can see the small pulley.
Yeah.
So that turns that.
Caution. Is it dangerous?
So you turn there.
Is it like a bell?
Band on there. And then this here, you'd move that away. And as you turn this, static electricity builds up inside this dome.
Man.
And it arcs across here.
Oh, man.
So the electricity goes across. And it's one of these where when you're doing it, if you put your hand on it while it's doing it, your hair all stands up.
And
like I said, I think it's a circumcision tool, right?
I wonder what the point of it is. Why are you trying to generate static electricity?
It's a scientific.
These this is something you used to use at school, so to teach children about static electricity.
Yeah.
Not in my school.
I remember my teacher doing that, and he had all the class holding hands, and he whacks up the resistance like you got 1,000 volts going through you. Oh.
Yeah.
And all
So,
the kids
Sally.
Yeah, shit.
Electrocuted in the classroom. Not a good idea.
Well, it's the amps that kill you, not the volts. You can have thousands of volts. It's okay.
There's so much I don't know.
On this,
Holy moly, mate. That's amazing.
so on this, do you know what the name of this is, Sally?
No. A bonnet.
Right. I'll give you a clue.
Okay.
There was a band in the 60s named after this.
Ah, in the 60s.
It's the
Cream.
no. It's
psychedelic, obviously.
Yeah, it's not the Blues Magoos. It's I don't know.
Something volts, right?
Van de Graaff generator.
Oh, Van de Graaff generator.
Oh.
Is that what that's called?
Yeah.
I'll be darned.
So that's what you're looking at.
I had no idea. So Van de Graaff generator has to be a British band because they did not have that in my school.
There we go.
So this item is who knows what. Look, it has a little mouth.
Yeah.
You see that, like a spout? It almost looks like a little potty or something.
It looks like an invalid feeder or something.
Well, that's what it reminds me of. And for the people in the U.S., we don't know what an invalid feeder is, but and actually that's backward for an invalid feeder.
Looking. It's American piece.
But an invalid feeder, a left-handed invalid feeder. So U.S. guys or people who are ignorant, like I am, an invalid feeder would be, picture a small kind of a teapot with a spout instead of at the very end, it's on the side, so that you could feed or, give people tea who are in the hospital, invalids. And that would be, a lot of nurses collect them.
Yeah.
But this is
It
smaller
could be for medicine.
There's a strain
Well,
in
for
it.
medicines.
Yeah, there's a strain inside.
The strainer.
Here, it's a mesh.
A
kind
mesh
of a thing.
strainer, yeah.
When I look at it, it's too small for an invalid feeder, but it's got some repose on it that makes me think it is late Victorian, early Edwardian, some acanthus leaves and some decorative bits and pieces. There's some words on the very back that just say patent pending. So somebody invented it.
There's your gauge in there, your gauze, or your film.
Is it a baby?
You think it's for a baby? Somebody small.
A baby, yeah, for feeding
small.
babies.
It could be a strainer to get the big bits out.
So I don't know. It may be. I don't think it's silver. I think it's plated. But there's a nice turn handle on it, right?
And the whole thing, the handle is wood all the way to the end. So I think that may have been turned individually.
So if you can give us some insight on this, please, anyone who's watching, they might have an idea what it might be for. Okay, so there you go.
I like how it looks.
It's going to stalk you.
Any maker's marks on it,
I wish
Lawrence?
to know
No,
what you can think I am. Okay, so please call me in and let me know. Thank you. Bye-bye.
I was going to say, I don't see any maker's marks.
Is there any maker's marks on it?
I don't see any.
Right.
Not yet.
Right.
Maybe, I have
You
to.
know what? No,
Is it
another
silver?
thing. No, it's not silver, it's plate. But you know what? I do have this thing. Sally got me this for Christmas. Look, see? Now, everybody, when you go to the market or you do wherever you go, take one of these with you because you can, it's for looking at jewelry and all that kind of stuff. And it does have lights in it too. Look, see? It lights up. Can you see that?
If you don't have a loop, an alternative is your phone.
Yeah.
Your phone has a magnifying
But
glass.
this is
Yeah.
too good. See? So just a little tip for you. Get one of these, carry it around with you all the time, okay?
Yeah.
And look like a professional.
Yeah, see?
I find my phone to be pretty good magnifier.
No,
I've been doing that. You know, when your eyes start going, you put the camera on and zoom in on it to have a look.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's doing.
I'm testing it.
Oh, we're feeding you? Let me try to feed you. It's an invalid feeder or a baby feeder. Oh, look, he's like a little baby.
Let's just hope now you've had it in your mouth, Lawrence, that it wasn't something rectal.
Oh, should I try that on him and
What
see
was
if
it?
it works rectally?
I don't know what it's. Oh, no.
You know what rectal means, right?
No, I didn't. So this does look like it's gold plated on the inside. It's got a plating on the inside.
Yeah, it is a gold tone.
So it's got a gold wash on it of some kind.
And I wonder why that would be a gold wash.
Well, because it's better for your, it probably is plated, not silver then. So they would put a wash on it. They actually did plate. They
Better
did
for food or drink, or what would the gold wash? Do you guys know?
There's something there. There's a name on it.
That's his patent.
So it's got, you see, look, it's got, where are we? It's got these little bumps here. So that means that they're like little feet. So we'll sit
So
down
it would sit on a table.
on a table, like on a table, not on a hand, but on a table.
Right.
So you can sit it down and
And it wouldn't roll.
I don't know what it is. Maybe it's something to do with tea or something like that. Who knows?
It's not very much tea.
Yeah. Well, that's it for today.
Well, just saying, do you want to explain the reason you're in Tahiti?
Why are we here?
Well, because the plane landed and we got out.
No.
We're on our way to Auckland. We have friends in Auckland. They're going to run us around the island, the North Island, for 10 days, and we're going to be doing a show over there, and we'll tell you something about that. So it's a stop off. It was actually a promotional extra. They gave us 3 free nights at the Hilton Hotel here in Tahiti. So
On the beach.
get this deal. Yeah, trouble
Nice
is
room.
they've had a cyclone since we've been here, so we haven't been able to go very like this, like pouring with rain.
But today we're going to go to Venus Point, where Captain Cook
Landed.
measured, just near where he landed, and he measured the distance between the Earth and Venus, so that they could figure out how far away the Earth was from the sun. So
my hero is Captain Cook and Captain Blythe. There you go.
And they're both landed right here.
Yeah. So Captain Cook was here.
Just
And,
north of Papeete.
Papeete, that's where we are.
Papeete.
Yes. It's a signed guitar by Bush. Okay. There's the signatures. Top. I think there's 4 signatures.
That's serial number.
Yeah.
So that number, it begins with the letter N, which identifies it as being made in the 1990s. The first number in the serial, the number sequence is 7. So we know this guitar was made in 1997, for sure. It's
For
a
sure.
Fender Stratocaster, and the Stratocaster is famous for its solid body contour, and then these 2 cutouts. Here, can you show the cutouts? Lift it up higher, please, and maybe toward me. This is the cutout. So if you think about acoustic guitars, they're up here. They go there. And this cutout was a new invention that allowed the musicians to get, further in terms of their fingering, I guess is what it's called. So the Fender Stratocaster is the most popular, well-known electric guitar in the world. So this particular one, 1997, the color, Lawrence said, Lake Placid blue. That's the finish. So it's really pretty. It has 3 pickups on it, and it's also the contour of the shape of the guitar. Can you turn it so people can kind of see? As opposed to being a hollow body like an acoustic guitar, it's a solid body and it's a pretty shape. So Leo Fender, who invented this guitar, he actually is from, or was from, very nearby us, Fullerton, California, in the Los Angeles area. And he in, I think it was I'm going to look, 1946, he opened up a shop called Leo's Radio Service, and he repaired radios and amplifiers, and he became interested in the things that were wrong with amplifiers that were being made at the time. So he actually became, he kind of was an inventor of sorts. And the first thing he worked on was a Hawaiian, what do they call it? It's a lap guitar.
Yeah, like lap steel, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. So he worked on those. He didn't invent it, but he certainly worked on them. And over time, then in 1954, yep, that's when this Stratocaster, not this one, but the Stratocaster was invented. And it probably sells for about $5,000.
No, 11,000.
What we get and what we find compared to what you can get.
You learn something every day. You learn.
What we get and what we find compared to what you can get.
You learn something every day. You learn.
Hi everyone. The lamp that Craig was showing you was actually a miner's lamp, which is what he said he thought it was. And I think Lawrence agreed with him. I thought it might have been a road working lamp. The markings on the lamp said Oldham Type S, approved under the lighting schedule. And there was a little plaque on the bottom that said Lancs CC. Now, we thought it might have been Lancs County Council, but looking into it, I don't actually think it was. I think it could have stood for coal, collieries, or coalfield. So I don't think it was anything to do with the county council. It dates back to about 1930, and it was produced by Alderman & Son, and they were based in Denton in Manchester. And I've found two online. I managed to find one at the Science Museum, and the other one was at the National Museum. So it was a little bit hard to try and cost. There's some others that are similar, and they're not all battery operated. This one was battery operated. So I've sort of took a stab at what it might be cost wise. And I think it's about £60, anywhere up to £1,200, depending on the condition. But one of the ones that I was looking at in the museum, ours is actually in better condition than that. And I've noticed that they were all donated to the museums. I also did find one other interesting fact out, that the lanterns were sometimes used on ships as a backup. So, you know, you wouldn't have thought that, but yeah, they were used on ships.
Well, don't forget it's communication breakdown at the moment. See, we're getting buffering, we're getting all sorts, but we still did the show for you. So I hope you've enjoyed it. Now, don't forget, subscribe. Please tell your friends, and let's go for it. We keep this going, okay?
Yes.
Woo!
Yeah, share the channel. Thanks for joining us this week, and don't forget, like, subscribe, and comment, and tune in next time to get the updates on all the items that we've shown you. What we get and what we find compared to what you can get.
You learn something every day.